But we have reflexive, don't we?
Now, do you have enough information to say the triangles are congruent?
What do you have? Is there such thing as side angle? What do we have? Oh, is the angle between the two? No. What is it? It's hypotenuse leg. It's hypotenuse leg. Guys, if it was side angle side, where's the angle between? It would be between the two angles. Is there an angle? Do we have that angle there? No. What do we have? We have hypotenuse leg. This is a case where hypotenuse leg because you have a right triangle, and it works. So your triangles. Notice all you had to do, really, the only thing you had to come up with on your own was the reflexive side. Everything else was right off of your sheet, including how to finish the problem, including by what method, hypotenuse leg, side, whatever it might be. Everything is on your sheet except for the one part of knowing that you had to find that reflexive side. That's the only thing you had to find. So whenever you have a proof, as long as you follow through what these things tell you to do, if you follow those through, you're going to get through 80% of the material without having any worries. It's all right on that piece of paper. All you have to do is read it. Let's try another one. Excuse me. Oops. Wow, I'm not good at drawing these. Oh, that was easier. I'll do it that way. And this will be the last one I'll have you guys draw out. The rest of them I have examples already on the copy for you, so I will start with a couple of these. Where do you think you start?
Given.
Given, very good. So when you start with your given, we just write it down. BC is congruent with CD. What should I do now to my diagram? Mark it. As soon as you write something down, you need to mark it in the diagram. Thank you. You have to write it down, guys. Is there anything else I can do out of that given? Doesn't have a definition, doesn't have anything else, so I just go to my next statement. The next one says B and D are the same. So now, I just have to figure something else out. G, what do you think it is? Looking at the diagram, what do you have? You have vertical angles. At what angles? 1 and 2. So we know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. And what's the reason with vertical angles? What does it say on your sheet? How do you write that? Make sure you have it written down as vertical angles. Congruent. Are you done?
We have enough information to prove that triangles are congruent.
Yes.
By what?
Angle, side angle.
Very good. See how fast these things are going to become? They're going to become very, very quick. There's not much to these things because there's nothing. I tried at least make it look like it. It's hard to believe, you know. I know.
So if you guys have
It's November. I might as well finally get my act together, right?
it's a winter sport, like
Excuse me.
After this one, job
No way.
a
Really?
while.
No way. It's crazy. Thank you. Stop laughing.
Hey, Mr. Murphy,
Yes, sir.
I ran into someone that and knows you with the last name Arnett.
Okay.
And then, didn't you she told me you once rented a house from her?
Yeah, while our house was being built.
Yeah, and you had to repair the air conditioner or something?
Yeah, it's some work for them. Very nice people. Lindsay, Lindy and Robert. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, go to my church.
Yeah, they're great people. They're very, very nice people. So, excuse me.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was.
Use your progression sheet and start. Now, one of the things I didn't mean to do here is all these little lines that are put in here, you may or may not use all of them. It's just space to write out. Sometimes you use them all, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you might need a little extra line here or there. Take a minute and do this first one. You have two given statements. You've got perpendicular and you have an angle bisector. So if you have perpendicular, you know to follow your progression sheet. If you have an angle bisector, you know to follow your progression sheet. See where that leads you while you are marking your diagram and filling it out. I can tell you with certainty that if everything is on your progression sheet, you need to come up with one step on your own. That's it. Everything is on your sheet. Read your this should not be as difficult as what you guys are making this out to be.
Excuse the interruption. The alarms are being worked on, so if one were to go off, please disregard. Thank you.
What if it was real?
Right, that's what I was just
Seriously, what if it was real? And now she just said that just so. Okay, so start with the givens. Okay, start with the given. On the sheet, it tells you. And guys, if you're not following what you have written down on a progression sheet, I can't help you. Because it's telling you the answers. It tells you exactly what to do. You know then that these two angles are right angles. So you write it down. It told you to do that. Then you do the next part. They're congruent. All right angles. Congruent. Okay, that was easy. Followed my sheet. It told me exactly what to do. Write that down. You gotta write it down. It then says that BC is an angle bisector. of angle C? Well, according to my progression sheet, an angle bisector creates two congruent angles, but I need to write them down. Those two. According to my sheet, it tells me, oh, I just wrote that down because I just used the definition of an angle bisector. So, Mrs. Thrower,
Yes.
this whole scenario is all on our piece of paper.
It's all on the progression sheet. Look, you guys, the key is look what you're given. Some people are marking that these segments are congruent. You don't know that. They didn't tell you that point B was a midpoint. So you can't mark that. You've got to read it carefully. Ray BC is an angle bisector of angle C. So mark what that means. Look at your progression sheet, and it says, if given an angle bisector, everyone should have that on there, and then it says, then you're going to say this.
What's left? Reflexes. That's it.
You want to
The
make sure you
only-
have 3 things marked.
Seriously, you only had to come up with one thing on your own. And there's a hint on your progression sheet that says, look for reflexive side. Do you have triangles that are congruent? By what?
Angle side angle.
Angle, side, angle. You have two angles and the side between them. That's what it looks like. That's exactly what that looks like. Okay. Bless you. There was literally one step that you have to find on your own. Everything that you need to do is on your progression sheet. Am I taking that away from you? No. There is no reason why you should not be able to do every single one of these. Everything is on there. Now, I will say that on the sheet that we have that we're looking at right now, where's it? I have it on here a bit somewhere. Maybe not. It's many files. On this sheet of paper, there are a couple of things that we don't know how to do quite yet. So what I'd like you to do, on number 2, cross off where it says then CD congruent to BA. But don't completely cross it out, just lightly cross it out because we'll explain what that is tomorrow. Okay. All you have to do is prove ABC is congruent to CDA. On number 3, let me show you what to change it to real quick. What I'd like you to do is do a light cross of that real quick, but I want you to show triangle ABC congruent triangle ADC. There's an extra step that we haven't shown you guys yet. We'll do that tomorrow, because it's quite literally one more step. There's nothing to it, okay? Everybody got that okay? I'm gonna go to the other side. On the other side, on number 4, again, I want you to lightly cross that out. Gentlemen, same deal. ABC, ADC. The 5th one has it showing proving triangles, so that's not a big deal. The 6th one, hey, which triangles do you think we should do again? Oh, I don't know, ABC, ADC? So on the last triangle as well for number 6, same deal. Yeah, and just do it was nice that these were all drawn up to have the same lettering, and the lettering works. Now, ladies and gentlemen, every single bit of information in order to do these is on your progression sheet. There is absolutely next to nothing that you have to come up with on your own. You have to trust the fact that you can look at a piece of paper and write down what it's telling you to do, okay? The only things that changes up sometimes are letters. That's about it. But you have to be able to draw into your diagrams. You have to be able to mark it correctly. Understand where the lettering is coming from, and just follow the tick marks. Yes, ma'am?
For number 3, you have to do anything after, like, you write the difference?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what it looks like. On the third one here, let me see. You've got your givens, but you still have to prove the 2 triangles are congruent. So you have to figure out how do you show the triangles are congruent. You're probably right.
It might be done now.
Good work. Okay. So get those other 5 done. I have no doubt you guys are going to be able to do this because everything is on that piece of paper. If you don't have a progression sheet, that's good. Please find somebody that might be nice to you to share. There are blank ones in the back. By all means, use one. Rewrite it. Some of you guys have less than desirable handwriting. A lot of you. No offense.
Yeah, I'll start with 1 given.
So seriously though, it's not a bad idea to, for when we get close to because we're going to test through all this stuff on Friday.
So,
It's a great study tip to reorganize your progression. Okay?
for example, on this one, these
Excuse me, hope I'm not
segments are
dead.
perpendicular. So what this says here, if given perpendicular, here's what we have to state, that these right angles are marked. So it
So
says to
you work
state
on
that the angles
what kind of